Let's today talk about a quiet fear of freedom. Almost everyone I talk to, they say they want freedom. The question I want to ask you today is, you want freedom? Yes, but do you trust it? Most people say they want freedom. They want more time, they want more space, they want more choices in life. And on the surface, all of that feels true, like literally physiologically feels true. But when freedom actually appears, sometimes something entirely different happens. Freedom is not just openness, it is also a subtle absence of a comforting structure. No clear next step, not a straight jacketed structure defined role, not necessarily an external discipline or direction. And in that space, sometimes some unexpected things come to the surface. And that's called uncertainty. And for many people, this freedom induced uncertainty does not feel like relief. Rather, it feels like exposure. Suddenly, they feel exposed to the elements. So, what do we do now? We go out and rebuild structure. We rebuild deadlines. We create commitments. We create constant movement. It's pretty much like someone says, hey, I want freedom for my 9 to 5 corporate job. So I'm going to travel the world and be a digital nomad. And the moment that uncertainty comes, then they want a predictable place to go to work, a predictable schedule, committed contracts that they can receive income from, and so on and so forth. So this is this dichotomy of seeking freedom and then having fear of uncertainty, and then we creating new structure. It feels like a hamster wheel. And this constant movement is not because we have to, but because it feels like it's easier. And it's easier than facing the question, if nothing is guiding me, what is truly mine to do? If we say we want freedom, what is it that we often truly want? What composes that freedom? It's the reassurance of choice. Choice, but with clarity that is already given. Openness, but without the discomfort of not knowing. So, the deeper question, the most authentic, direct question you must ask is not, do you want freedom or what do you want from freedom? But the right question to ask is, can I remain guided, aligned towards my progress and my purpose when no one and nothing is telling me where to go? Can I have that sense of inspiration that comes from my heart telling me where to go? Because freedom, the first thing is it removes you from hiding behind a job role or responsibility or expectations or structure to lean on. And all you are left with is yourself and the actions you take based on what truly matters to you. And that guidance coming from your heart is not always easy to trust, because freedom is not something that you eventually reach. It is something that arises in your heart when you truly begin to live from choices and live from trust within yourself. So let me reframe this question. Freedom feels scary because it brings uncertainty. And uncertainty feels scary because the only guiding light we have in uncertainty is a deep sense of realization of what we were meant to do and basing our choices on that. So if you want freedom in life, don't fight the structure, don't find responsibility, no escapism, don't run away to the mountains. You want to find freedom? Find the trust in yourself of being able to follow what you were meant to do, who you were meant to be. And then all the other choices of what you will do, where will you do, how will you live, all of those will become just decisions that will be relatively easy to take. So true freedom is self-love, trusting in yourself, and acceptance of the truth you already know to be true.